Good morning, children. Let's continue the last topic of activity 4, that is to prepare upma. How did we do it? We have taken the list of the ingredients that are required to prepare the food item, that is upma, isn't it? So, what did you do in the previous class? You have pointed out or listed out the items that are required to make the upma. They are the ingredients, the substances that are required to prepare a food item are called as ingredients. You know it earlier in the earlier class you have studied about it, isn't it? So upma requires upma rava, onions, green chilies, oil, tomato, water, mustard seeds for seasoning, and the curry leaves, black gram, bengal gram, pan, etc. are the ingredients that are required to prepare the upma. So in fact, ingredients are what we require, so what we need to prepare a food item. And next, the procedure, that is the experiment in the science terminology. If we want to say that, it is called as experiment or procedure. So what to do or how to do. Now you have taken the materials that are required and then chop the green vegetables into pieces that we have taken here. Okay, tomatoes or any other vegetables, green chilies, onions and all. What did you do? You have made into chopped, finally you have chopped them into small pieces, and you have put the pan on the flame and added the seasoning items like oil, mustard seeds, black gram, bengal gram, everything. And then what you add the chopped vegetables into it and then fry for some time. Then you add water to it. When the water comes to the boiling point, then what do? You add the upma rava to it, and then when it becomes thick, you switch off the fire, and then upma, it is the tasty upma is ready. And if you want, you can garnish with the cashew nuts also. Okay, so that you can add into the ingredients for the preparation of the upma. So how you are going to write this experiment? In this you have to see, first is aim is to prepare the food item, then what are the ingredients that are required to prepare that particular food item. Later you have to write the steps of the experiment or the procedure in which you are going to conduct that food item or prepare that food item. And next, observation. What do you see here? You have seen the preparation of upma, that it is ready, how it has become thick. Is it clear? Then inference is that you need different food items, that is ingredients, not food items, it is different substances, that is ingredients, to prepare that food item. Here we have prepared upma. In a similar pattern, if whatever the food item you like to do, you can do it by knowing the ingredients to prepare that particular food item. Okay, children. And in fact, the people also decorate the food items with the different carvings like fruit and vegetable carvings. So here is a vegetable carving that I am showing you. See here, children, like this you can also prepare different carvings. Okay, so you can make a bird, you can make a different lotus or anything with the onions and all. Here I have taken green chilies, curry leaves and tomato to make a simple bird like. Okay, so like this you can also prepare different vegetable carvings. So the designs and decorations that you can do with the vegetables, it is called as vegetable carving. Now today, in today's class, you have learned a particular term that is called as vegetable carving. What is vegetable carving, children? Different designs and decorations to prepare a, that is with the vegetables. Different designs and decorations. Designs and decorations with vegetables is called as vegetable carving. It is called as vegetable carving. Okay, children? So this is about the vegetable carving. You can make out the different food items and the plan the procedure how to do that food item in your notes for the next class. Okay, children? Now we'll take up the next activity, that is preservation. So the next topic we are going to refer to is about preservation. Why do we need preservation? Preservation is a technique to treat the food material so without spoiling them for the longer period. How the food material is preserved or treated and why it is being treated with the chemicals or any other substance to keep it for the longer period. If it is not preserved, what happens? What happens if there is no preservation of the food material properly? That is, if mainly the preservation is a process of treating and handling the food to stop. Why it is treated? To stop or slow down the spoilage. Preservation. What is preservation? Now you have to know this topic. What is about the preservation? Food is preserved for treating and handling it. Treating and handling the food. Without it is a process of treating and handling the food to stop. Handling food to stop or slow down the spoilage of that food item. How it is done and why it is done. That is the next topic. Okay. If food is not preserved properly, what happens? It may be attacked by the germs. What happens? It is attacked by the germs if it is not preserved properly. If it is not preserved properly, it may be attacked by the germs and it gets spoiled. Okay, children? And sometimes, and such spoiled food, if you eat it, what happens? It damages your health and causes various sickness to you. How? What happens to you if you eat such spoiled food? It may cause diarrhea, vomiting, and also food becomes poisoned and it leads to death also at times. So you should not eat poisonous food. Don't eat or you should not eat spoiled food. You should not eat spoiled food. So to avoid this spoilage, preservation techniques are being used. How the spoiling of the food, even if the spoiling of the food may also leads to shortage of food. Spoiling of the food leads to shortage of food and also it leads to the environment pollution. Two reasons it is also a reason for environmental pollution. So spoilage of food also leads to shortage of food and it also leads to environment pollution. Hence it is very essential to preserve the food properly. So what is preservation? Preservation is a process of treating and handling the food to stop or slow down the spoilage. How the food is spoiled? It is spoiled by the attacking of the germs. If the food is attacked by the germs, what happens? It gets spoiled. So if you eat such spoiled food, what happens? Your health will be affected. How it will be affected? You will be suffering from diarrhea, vomiting, or even the food poison. It leads to food poison, which leads to death at times. So you should not eat spoiled food. And the spoiled food also leads to shortage of food and also it leads to environmental pollution. That is why you need to preserve the food in a proper manner. So how do you preserve the food in proper manner? What are the different food items that are preserved in different methods? We'll see in today's class. Okay, children? See the board.